Hello everybody, I hope you are doing well. Today we're going to talk about artist statements. Every successful artist writes statements about their art to help others understand. It is a big part of how others will perceive your art, so that is why it's important for you to learn how to write one. So, what is an artist statement? I came up with this definition. So an artist statement is a description of your artwork to help the viewer understand your perspective on your art. And it's also a reflection on how you see your artwork and how you want others to see your artwork. It's also a place where you can reflect on what went well during your art making process and what you would like to improve on in the future. Here are just some questions to ask yourself before you start composing your statement. You want to think about what message does your art piece communicate? What kind of personal meaning does that message have to you? What is your intention for viewers who see this piece? What story has led to the development of this piece? What techniques did you use, and what was your inspiration? You don't really have to answer all of these questions. These are just some starter questions for you to think about before you begin writing. And here is an artist statement flowchart, which is how you will be writing your statement. It's very easy to follow. So each step, I would say, a good artist statement, each step would be probably a paragraph. So for number 1, describe your artwork, and you can see right there it has questions for you to think about. What does your artwork look like? What is the subject matter? Basically, how would you describe your artwork? And then the second one is how did you create your art, and it's just what kind of techniques or tools did you use? What is the big idea behind your artwork? Who inspired you? Does your work express a personal issue or social issue, etc.? And number 4, what were your goals for this artwork? Did this piece help you reach your goals? Why or why not? And number 5, what are your overall thoughts of your artwork? Is it what you imagined it to be? And this is also where you could start talking about what you would do in the future to improve your artwork. And the more you elaborate on these 5 steps, the better your artist statement will be. So here is a good example versus a not so good example. These are artist statements I wrote for another class of mine when they were making face mugs out of ceramics. And I'll just let you read them. The good one is much more detailed, answers the questions of the flowchart more elaborately, and the not so good one is just kind of, it's not very detailed, and I like mine because it is cool. That's not a very good statement to make. It's not really helping the viewer understand what you are going for in your art. So these are just things to consider, and yeah. So here is your homework before you come to class. I'd like you to type up an artist statement describing your latest piece of artwork using the flowchart that we just talked about. Print out your artist statement and bring it to class. I want you to print it out because we are going to be sharing our artist statements with each other. And because of that, make sure you do your best. I've also provided a link for you guys to look at on the shared Google Drive, our class drive, and it's an example of one of my personal artist statements for you to look at. So that is just for your reference. You don't have to read it, but if you'd like to, it is there. This video will also be in our shared class Google folder along with the Google Slides for you to go back to each slide if you'd like to. Well, you'll need to look at the flowchart again. But yeah, make sure you do this before you come to class. We're going to be sharing with each other, so do your best. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in class.